Oh
Yeah, we
man.
have a pretty calm week ahead of us, right? Pretty
Oh,
normal,
I
average
got
week.
okay. Yeah, we do. But I got. Oh, you talking about the elections? Oh,
Nothing crazy
no.
happening.
when do you
this
guys
week.
think we're gonna? Okay, when do you guys think we're gonna find out though?
I
Like, what-
think
oh.
despite what headlines may make you believe, that we're going to have a pretty good idea of the projected winner by like the day or day
Next
after
morning.
actually election night. Like the night, I think, which is the case in which has been the case in most elections, where typically it's like the next days when you're like, okay.
Yeah, because I remember people were kind of questioning Romney and Obama because of Florida was all effed up.
It's always
It was like,
Florida, bro. It's always Florida.
It's always Florida, but
Yeah,
I would say like
it
by
is.
the end of the week, probably. By the end of the week.
But I mean, honestly, you guys, I feel like there's been so
we'll
much
have a good
stuff
projection.
going on.
We'll have a good projection, I think, though.
I feel like there's been so much going on within the judiciary, like that if it's close, and I've said this before, I think if
going
it's
to the court.
close, it could go to the court, and that
Oh,
could be
it's
a whole nother like
It's going to the court. It's me
a
2000.
whole
Like, all
nother
over
thing.
again.
And I think I think it could be a 2000 again. Granted, we were like, all of us were like, it's the 97 demo. We were pretty young during 2000.
Yeah, all
It's
this
kind of cool to like.
like 3 years old, all of us. Yeah. All born in.
Well, you were
97.
two.
That's
Oh, you were all born in
97.
97. Wait, no, you
All
weren't.
No, you
Liar.
weren't.
No, you weren't, liar. No, you. Wait,
Okay,
you were born,
like
wait,
two-thirds,
hold on.
97.
You were born in 98, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, no, you're not.
Guys,
Okay.
It's our facade for the title of the episode or title of the show.
No, I appreciate the effort. I do appreciate the effort. Speaking of 97 demo, welcome to another edition of the 90. That was kind of corny.
Smooth.
Welcome to another edition of the 97 Demo podcast, where we bring you the latest in music news and much more. I am Nnamdi Agwanwu.
Hey guys, it's Noah.
It's Avery.
You be feeling my hype every week.
I'm a professional.
Okay, we do
I'm a
appreciate
professional
that.
here.
You are a professional.
I'm a professional.
We're all professionals. Professional
Yeah.
organization over here.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, election week, a lot of new music,
New music.
a lot to get to. Halloween was a couple days ago. Like this is a hype week.
This is a crazy week.
Yeah, it's an eventful week actually. Yeah, it's interesting. This is random. This is on our headlines, but Drake broke his knee, something like that. Y'all saw that?
He did break his knee.
Wait, what? I missed
What
it.
was he doing?
I don't
Someone
know.
said he tore his ACL, and I was like, I don't feel like that's
Somebody said those dances he was doing on stage got caught up to him. I was
Bro,
like,
on
Drake,
Twitter, people
Drake
were
would Drake would love to break his ACL because then make him like an athlete.
oh man, that's what they tweeted. Like they were like,
y'all making it seem like this man is an NBA
NBA player. Yeah, bro.
He'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks.
But yeah. How was your Halloween? Any fun movies? Any fun shows?
I watched Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country.
And actually that low-key I feel is very fitting for the mood.
I agree.
Like
It's
the
fitting.
season.
Yeah. Me and
I
Avery watched.
understand you guys watched the film.
Yeah, we watched Cabin in the Woods. It's a comedy, but it was pretty stupid
It like
actually.
makes fun of other horror
Pretty
movies.
stupid.
It's great. I love it.
It was funny though. I enjoyed it. It was good. Yeah. So it was a cool
Okay, so
Halloween.
Nnamdi, how was home?
Yeah, I was home.
Let's say home because I don't want the audience to know whether.
Oh yeah, but you
where
went
it
home though.
was.
Yeah, you
I
went
did go home. Home was
Home.
great.
Yeah, home's great.
Home has the best food and is just generally speaking a great city. It's Atlanta. It's a great city. I was like, I'm not gonna be a biggest.
They're asking for your address, Nnamdi. Come on, you gotta give your address.
It's a great city. I'm happy I got to go back. And yeah, Halloween was unfortunately I didn't really do anything because I'm still very conscious of the fact that we're in a global pandemic. But it was fun. Did you guys do anything?
Nah, we watched Cabin in the Woods,
It was
Lovecraft
great.
Country, ordered Chinese food.
Did that as well.
Listen to
Great.
Ty Dolla sign, which is because we have a album review coming today. So
I know we will
that's
be
good.
getting to that. We have thoughts.
I'm excited.
I'm
I know we all like each review is different, whether we like it or love it, but I get excited for album reviews to really get into, to really talk about music. So let's get into it. Let's get to these headlines.
Absolutely. So on the topic of Halloween, everyone went out, and if there's one thing celebrities are going to do, they're going to kind of show you that they have the time, money, and resources to just give you killer costumes. The Weeknd, he went to a party. I think it was Kendall Jenner's party, and I saw a picture of him, and I think this was his costume there.
Yeah, that
Looked
was
great costume.
Professor.
he looks great. Yeah.
We should
That's,
also preface this by saying there weren't many like amazing headlines this week, so what we decided to do was look at celebrities' Halloween costumes and how much we like them.
And we're being timely, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know.
Yeah, so
I love this costume.
Yeah, so the Weeknd was the Nutty Professor, so that was fun.
The Eddie Murphy version.
Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy version. Yeah. So.
Lil Nas X dressed up as Nicki Minaj, which there's apparently a whole backstory behind this, where like he had a Nicki Minaj Stan account, then denied it. So this is his like, you know, that was me.
He's kind of trolling, but I love it.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite.
This is probably the best. Yeah,
I agree.
It's probably the best one. He killed it.
He really did.
He
killed it. Yeah. A lot of celebrities kill it, but yeah.
And then a lot of people dressed up as Nicki Minaj this year. Ciara kind of killed it.
Yeah, she did. She did a couple. Yeah, she did. Megan Thee Stallion. She did Nicki Minaj. She did. She killed that one.
Cardi B for one.
She did Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B.
And then Janet Jackson. And Russell Wilson did. They did Janet Jackson and Busta Rhymes from what was that music video?
I forgot.
Gosh, I hate that I can't remember it.
How are we a music podcast? We don't know that.
I know this is horrible. I kind of feel sick. But and then like it was another family pictures, you know.
Russell Wilson looks terrible. He got he looked terrible. Look at that. Nah, that looks great. That's cute right there. That was really good.
Baby, how cute.
That's cute.
Saweetie also killed it. They did the whole couple thing. Her and Quavo were. Was it Night? Was it Beast and Mystique? I didn't know if that was not. I think that's Beast. I don't think that's Nightcrawler.
I saw Saweetie, but I didn't see. Oh, that's Beast. That's Beast. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, Saweetie killed it.
Like she killed that. And then she was Destiny's Child. She was all three members in one video she did.
Oh, yeah, that was.
And it took me a while. I thought it was three different people, then I watched it again and I was like, oh, like that's like some CGI like talent right there. Saweetie's been going out on her content game. She's killing it. Crazy.
She's killing it.
I hear anything you guys just said because the music was playing in my headphones. I was like, what?
Got you.
I'm assuming you had some good thoughts on that.
Yeah. No, we just said she killed it. That's all. I didn't see this either. This Halsey.
This was so good.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you guys like the Corpse Bride, but I love it. And so
she's dope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Yeah. No, that's talent.
For the audio listeners, just go to all these celebrities' Instagram, Twitter accounts. You'll see all these.
Or go on our YouTube and watch us there and see.
Or go on YouTube and watch it there. But yeah. But I'm assuming, people are working while listening to the podcast, doing stuff, that's what I'd like to assume while they're doing. But yeah. But let's get into some real headlines, actual cool stuff. So
yeah, there was a couple of people did some things. We have been in the midst of early voting. So shout out to some of the celebrities that have helped to make that process easier. Big Boy sent 150 mil to a polling location in Atlanta. Gave the poll workers some food. So support democracy in his own way.
Yeah, shout out to Big Boy for doing this. This is really dope. And also, I have to.
And he partnered with World Central Kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Big Boy really reps Atlanta. And also, I think a couple of days ago, it was Stankonia 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, that is true.
That's another thing. So yeah.
Andre 3000 probably helped out some poll workers by just running into them somewhere.
He was like, oh, crap.
Their day.
He probably went to vote. He's like, yeah, I'm voting early. He's like, oh, you Andre? Yeah, it's me.
Andre 3000 probably like, oh, there's an election.
Oh, there's an election? We do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there's many other examples of people doing that too. Lady Gaga did this voting video on Twitter and like threw back to all of her old fits. So my thinking, anytime celebrities like do their own way to get people to like either vote or encourage people to fulfill their civic duty, news voice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's perfect for Lady Gaga.
Her old outfits used to be like a thing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. That's what makes it so cool because Lady Gaga always stood out with their outfits, whether it was a war show or like a music video or something like that. She was always pretty wild with it. I gotta watch this whole thing because she has a couple crazy ones.
Does she do the meat dress in here?
Yes, the meat dress. I was gonna say that.
Say yes.
I don't know. See if you can find it. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that one's kind of there.
Oh, is that it?
There it is.
All right, so if you guys go to Lady Gaga's Twitter, go to 228 on Lady Gaga's Twitter on the How to Vote video, and you'll see the meat dress.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, and be sure to just vote.
And vote.
Yeah, also do that.
Yeah, just vote. So, but I think also a thing with the even though Lil Wayne is the headline for this, because he voiced his support for Trump, talking about the platinum plan. He said the platinum plan is going to help a lot of African Americans.
Yeah, that's Ice Cube's push contracted Black America.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give my comments on this and anything, but I think lately a lot of hip hop artists have voiced in support of Trump. Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, he took it back though.
Why do you think that is?
50 Cent?
Taxes.
Just in general.
Taxes.
What was that, Avery?
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. Maybe that. Maybe
1000%.
Maybe that. I mean, Trump has always been a fixture in hip hop, guys. As much as we hate, Trump has always been a fixture in hip hop. Oh, Nnamdi, where you at, buddy?
I just have to take a second to take a step back.
Oh my God!
Expressions were revealing too much. I just had to...
Okay.
Well, they kind of got made fun of on SNL last night.
No, yeah.
And Ice Cube.
No, for sure. But no, I was just saying, like, Trump has always been a fixture in hip hop for a long time, I guess you would say. Like, he's been like the cool rich guy in hip hop. So, before he became.
He faked that,
Yeah, I'm just saying though. So Lil
He's
Wayne,
also in
Lil
Home
Pump,
Alone too, and
Block Boy JB. That's random. Who else? Ice Cube didn't voice his support, but he
I don't. And then Lil Pump did, but I'm like, 1985.
We don't know, but I'm just saying.
About that one.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, I think, yeah. So I don't know. So that's interesting. So, but yeah. So I don't know how this will affect voting or anything like that.
I don't feel like this will have an effect.
Well, I don't at all.
I don't know, because I know people like to think, like, we think with rappers, like, especially on Lil Wayne's level, he's like, well, he's affecting the Black community, but the people who are supporting Lil Wayne are white people. They're white kids.
And I just think it's a fundamental misunderstanding of
but they probably can't vote. The
That's
kids
true,
who
too.
probably would be swayed by Lil Pump's endorsement of Donald Trump.
Yeah, I'm talking about Lil Wayne, though. Lil Wayne.
I know, but, like, still, like,
True,
I don't
true,
know
true.
if a 20-year-old college student's like, I'm undecided. Let's see what Lil Wayne thinks.
I agree, too. Yeah, I'm with that, because then I don't want to get into it too much, but we can't be like, we don't care about rappers, how they stand on politics and then get mad at them when they make a political statement.
I just think if you're a rapper who doesn't say much about politics to begin with, and then all of a sudden you come out with an endorsement in the days leading up to an election over what's probably a promised tax break or just feeling like you'd have cheaper taxes, I think that
or a check.
And then because the answer is like, oh, if we get this guy to take a picture with Trump, that'll be that'll get him. I think I think that's just every campaign has their own strategy, but for me that's just I think a fundamental misunderstanding of the Black community. Sorry, we got too political there.
No, it's not too political. It's just facts.
No, it's true.
It's all connected.
That's just,
we can't ignore. I mean, politics, it comes in every part of our life. I know people hate it, but politics is a part of our life. It's going to be in sports. It's going to be in music. People are like, no, it's all interconnected. It's going to be like that. It's always been like that.
The fact is that both parties, no matter which side you fall on, they both try and rather than enacting actual plans or coming up with actual ideas for how to help a community, they do stuff like this, where they get people who they perceive to be leaders in those communities to endorse them.
Let's read the tweet for our audio listeners. Just had a great meeting with Donald Trump. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done. That told me nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really basic. I don't know, but I mean, this goes both ways. I mean, politicians. I won't forget when Kamala Harris was talking about in college. She was listening to Tupac. Tupac wasn't even out. That was funny.
When Hillary Clinton went on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I got house sauce in my bag.
Yeah, it's like, come on now, bro. It's like, come on. It's
okay.
It's
there's levels to it,
There's levels to it.
We are a music podcast, so new releases. This week, big one for albums: Ariana Grande, Positions, Sam Smith, Love Goes, Trippie Redd, Pegasus. Did you guys listen to any of these? Any songs? Wizkid, Made in Lagos. Always got to shout out my Niger people. JoJo, December Baby.
Yeah, Nnamdi.
It's a Christmas album.
Christmas album, yeah.
Yeah, Nnamdi, I'm kind of interested. What were you listening to? What'd you get in? What'd you get in this
list,
week?
or just generally speaking over the last week?
No, that's Project the Week.
No,
I'm talking about this new list. Yeah, this new list.
I listened to Tierra Whack Dora. I listened to the WizKids track. Her. Always get
her track is incredible.
I know, absolutely.
Her track is incredible, man. Wow.
Absolutely. And then of course I listened to Positions, Ariana Grande. I listened to a couple tracks off of the Sam Smith Love Goes album.
Yeah, that did not get enough pub. Like, I just found out it came out today. I was like, whoa, that came out? I feel like that should have been a bigger deal. I know Ariana Grande's the biggest star. Like,
did everyone listen to the Ariana Grande album? I feel like I can.
I listened to most. I had like 2 or 3 songs left, but I listened to most.
I also have a couple songs left. Initial opinions, quick thoughts.
Big fan.
How about you listen next week? How about you listen next week?
Okay.
Ariana Grande, she's a good singer. So I you know, besides my thoughts on the album, she's a good singer. So I enjoy her voice. But yeah, so a lot of music out. What about you, Avery? What'd you get a chance to listen to this week? This past couple of days, these new releases.
Yeah, I listened to Positions quite a bit. Yeah, Her album, like you said, was awesome. That's a really great song. I'm excited for her next project. I think all the singles she's released have been really
been great. She's the best singer. Like R&B singer, talking about purely singing, pure singing. She's like really good.
She really is. And I think this is the best single she's released so far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the Freddie Gibbs song, Four Things. Woo.
Just steal it from me.
First of all, great music video.
That music video is hilarious. Hey, we all gotta take back what we said about Big Sean. He's killing this. We can't even. I know Nnamdi. No. Me and Avery.
Let's go.
Me and Avery.
Me and Noah.
First of all, we never said Big Sean was bad. We never said he was bad. We said
one of us gave him the respect he deserved.
No. We never said Big Sean was bad. He's just like, man, he's great, but I think people hype him up a little bit. But I gotta give him respect. He's killing this year. So.
He really is.
Yeah.
What else came out? Oh, and then of course, what's his name? Busta Rhymes came out with an album. I haven't listened to the whole album, but
the Kendrick track,
the Kendrick Lamar song.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, Noah, you go.
Yeah. The Kendrick Lamar track was great. That's his first feature this year. Can y'all believe that? That's his first
we've been deprived.
Yeah, we've been greatly deprived.
Yeah. Great. So I checked out the Common album or EP, whatever it is. That's random, but it's really good. It gives me like a Black Thought type vibe in terms of the music, which is interesting. So yeah, that was good. Atmosphere. I know people don't know who they are. They're a rap group, but I covered them when I was in Columbia at Mizzou. I went to their show. I covered their show.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I interviewed them, so that was fun. What else did I listen to? I listened to Ciara Whack track. Nick Caution featuring Joey Badass. Nick Caution is part of Pro Era, but with Joey Badass, so I listened to Joey Badass, but Nick Caution.
A lot of dope music. We're gonna keep an eye on all of those things, and hopefully something gets. And before the show, before we started recording, I listened to St. John. Don't like the song, but I gave it a listen. So you didn't have to say that about it.
I mean, dang. But what are some of these albums or songs you want to get to? Because I want to get to this. I know you guys are gonna I love Made in Tokyo. I really enjoy him. He's a fun guy. He's kind of like Baby Keem realm in terms of me because he's just fun. Yeah. So he's that same type guy for me.
Y'all, but wait. There's a lot of songs that are gonna be debuting on the charts next week. At least transitioning into Billboard, we know there are gonna be some things that at least splash up the top 5 on the Hot 100, which has been just stagnant sort of. Positions Ariana Grande. That's probably I'm gonna go ahead and call that's number 1 debut.
Probably
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm kind of feeling.
I don't see what would block it.
I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling. I don't know. I just gotta feel. I'm feeling top 10. I don't know. I'm not gonna say for sure top 5. I don't know.
You heard it here first. Noah's underestimating Ariana Grande.
Okay, is top 10 considered underrated? A single going top 10?
I don't think so. Let's.
I'm not talking about the album. I'm talking about the song. I've
been wanting to say this because we're so chart focused and such a chart heavy podcast. Charting on the podcast in general is someone saying you have one of the top 100 songs in the country out of the hundreds of thousands of songs.
The songs that come out every week.
It's an accomplishment to be anywhere on it and on its own.
Yeah.
But to Avery's point, some artists have just hit that peak so many times and just have so much and just have been making really good music for a while. So I think Ariana Grande is now in that tier of I think her lead single one, especially if it's not bad. I definitely think it's gonna probably be number 1.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Jack Harlow can ride his What's Poppin' wave to get Tyler Hero onto somewhere on the Hot 100?
Oh, he'll be on there.
This is his first
it'll chart.
I think it'll chart.
But if I had to, I would say number. I said 20 something. 20.
I'm feeling 30s. We're in the 30s.
This is his first song he's released since What's Poppin' got big.
Had Miami won, that would have been
that would have been crazy.
Yeah. That would have been pretty good.
That would have been crazy. So
those are pretty much. Featuring Ty Dolla sign. We're about to review it. I could see that probably getting on the Billboard 200.
Yeah, for sure. So
definitely when that comes out, because a lot of people are listening to it. Okay, well, speaking of the Billboard 200, I guess or Hot 100. We can start another one. To be honest,
it don't matter.
Folklore don't like. Listen, we said it during the Grammy episode. It went from 10 to 1. This is, I think, is his 8th week at number 1.
It's ridiculous.
Honestly, no, it has to be more. I'm gonna say like 9 because it's 13 weeks on the chart. I think it's either 8 or 9 weeks on here at number 1. Yeah.
I mean, she's running the game right now. Honestly,
really not much more to say.
She's running the game right now.
I have not seen a tweet. I don't even know if she did a costume. Nah. I haven't heard anything.
I think she's been in the news because she for the first time in her career, allowed one of her songs to be in a political ad. That's the only Taylor Swift news I've seen.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I didn't see that. Which song was it?
I forgot. I don't know. But
that's interesting.
It's been she's been notoriously apolitical throughout her career, so that's pretty good.
No, I remember the last 2 years, she's been saying this is. She had it in the documentary that now I'm being political and speaking. Didn't she? I feel did she comment on 2016? She did, right?
Yeah, she did.
At the start, yeah. Well, number 2, this has been such a political podcast. Number 2, Shooting Stars, Aim for the Moon, Pop Smoke. Still at number 2, 16 weeks on the chart. Very impressive. Savage Mode, 2. Number 3, Legends Never Die by Juice WRLD, number 4. And then Wildflowers, Tom Petty, number 5.
Re-entry. That's a re-entry.
It's random.
8 weeks in totality on this chart.
Yeah.
3 times platinum. Good for that. So, gentlemen, anything catch your eye in this week's Billboard?
Yeah, that random Tom Petty out of nowhere. I was like, okay. All right.
Cool.
Okay. That was interesting.
Good for Tom.
Yeah, good for Tom Petty. Yeah. So, what's that album number 6 though? The number 6 album, Renaissance Part 1 by NCT. K-pop. I got you. Thanks.
The Baby, which I always like to say, number 1 album this year by is it Pure Sales? No,
Pure Sales.
Early in sales. 2 times platinum. Still number 7 on the chart. Still in the top 10 after 34 weeks. Hamilton, which I recently watched for the first time, so I finally get the hype. I forgot what we're called. I'm a Hamilton.
Hamilton. Is that one? Is it Hamilton? Is that one?
Hamilton. No, not a Hamilton. Hamilton fan. I'm a Hamilton fan.
Hamilton.
I think these work.
They all work.
165 weeks on the chart.
That's ridiculous.
Number 8. So
that's like the new Frozen. You remember the Frozen soundtrack was number 1 for forever?
I do remember that.
This was relevant during the last election. Remember when they all addressed Mike Pence? And that was a big deal.
Yeah, that's how long ago that was. This is for a while.
Election cycles.
Yeah, so basically the past 4.5 years.
Good for and it is good. I watched it, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
And then rounding out the top 10, Machine Gun Kelly, Tickets to My Downfall, and the album by Blackpink. I always say that Machine Gun Kelly just switching to rock. I think if
that is best move.
That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah,
this BTS school love affair.
I'm surprised it's only number 12.
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no, because BTS is so huge, but we gotta consider this is America. It's an American chart.
Up to 2 and
yeah.
I think it's an accomplishment, So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Number 18, T.I. debuted a new album, The Libra, and Libra stands for something, but I'm not gonna. I don't know what it is.
No idea. You came out with an album,
but it does stand for something.
It's a long album too. I didn't listen to it, but it's a long.
And then
album.
Noah, your guy Benny the Butcher, number 29, Burden of Proof.
This is actually the first Griselda debut in the top 200.
Really?
And you could tell he's like the guy. He's like the guy in Griselda that's actually trying to go into the. I mean, he can do.
Is it for real?
No, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. In terms of albums, yeah. Oh, actually, maybe Conway, but I think he's one in the top 50, something like that. It was one of the. He's one of the first Griselda something, but so yeah, yeah, man. Any other big thoughts about anything?
One curtain call by Eminem because he talked about the classics one week. That jumped to number 56. I don't know why, but it's been on this chart for 499 weeks, and that's jumped to number 50. So good for that. The classics really live.
Yes, people listen to curtain call.
No,
that's but clearly people are. Oh, it's the hits. I think it's the greatest hits.
Yeah, it's the hits album. It's
his greatest hits album.
It's still hits album matter. Hits album matter though. That's a good
bang.
It's a good hits album. It's a good hits album.
Over on the Hot 100, Move by 24 Golden is still at number 1. Second week at number 1.
Yeah, the top 4 is the exact same actually.
Yeah, WAP number 2, Laugh Now Cry Later, still number 3, Blinding Nights still number 4, and then number 5 Change, Savage Love went up 1 from number 6. So
that has been steadily rising each week.
That's why I think Positions is going to debut at number 1 because I think a brand new Ariana Grande song can like jump to the top of this list.
I didn't say I'm confident. I'm just feeling a top 10 debut. I'm just feeling it. That's what I feel. So,
has anyone listened to this Gabby Barrett song? I hope. I feel like
I have not.
No, we need to. We are a music podcast.
Okay, Nnamdi. There's a lot of music.
I play myself too. Okay.
There's a lot of music.
Oh, Avery, your song, Holy, number 9, Justin Bieber.
Oh,
that's your guy.
This. He's actually killing it here. He has 2 songs up here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago, Avery was like, "Yeah, Justin Bieber ain't that hot no more." I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines. No, I did not say that. Along those lines.
Do not put words in my mouth. I never said
along
that.
those lines. That's what happened.
Check the tape before you say that. Okay, this is 2 weeks in a row where I get some random accusation thrown my way.
What happened last week?
I'm not the pop guy anymore.
What happened last week?
You guys putting my words in my mouth about words in my mouth. Okay, you said that, and then you didn't listen to the album yourself, so I don't want to hear any sort of criticism thrown my way. That's true. Second of all, I don't want words put in my mouth about some artist.
Exactly.
Album?
No, it wasn't just. It was something else.
It's some random album that you also did not listen to, and then
I just thought you were the pop correspondent. I'll take the hat.
Why don't? Okay, I don't want to get into it right now.
Chill.
Not like words put in my mouth.
I was just joking. We're
gonna have to have an off mic discussion.
Oh my gosh, we are fine.
Wait, hey, said some number 23. Wasn't there a remix? Is that the one he did? He did a song with City Girls, and I feel like
that was
the remix.
Well, isn't the remix? Doesn't they all connect?
No, it does. This just means that this version of the song is selling the most, but I do believe like streams and sales of the remix still factor into this. So good for that. Yeah. I guess I feel like the Hot 100 is gonna be much more fun next week when it shakes up a little bit.
Sada Baby.
A whole lot of Tapas.
He's
the remix now. Yeah,
he's from Detroit. He's from Detroit, right? I'm pretty sure he's from Detroit. He was
on the remix now because it was a TikTok trend, and now Nicki Minaj.
Oh, really? TikTok guy, TikTok correspondent. Avery's just a lot of things, bro. Avery does wear a lot of hats, man. Yeah. Dang, Tap In by Saweetie dropped a lot, but yeah, that
listen, Tap In at 15 weeks. I think it was a good song for the summer.
It went up to like 20. I think it was in the top 20 or something. Yeah, that's solid. That Young Blue track.
And she went with costumes.
Yeah, that Young Blue track featuring Drake. You went past it every school.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into our main discussion because I want us to have some actual time to dig into this.
Yeah, for sure.
So this week, we as a pod decided we were going to listen to Ty Dolla Sign's new album called Ty Dolla Sign. It was a discussion because we kind of like came together and we were like, we feel like we always talk about how like Ty Dolla Sign is just a feature guy and like we don't.
And he came out with this album.
His individual work, and I think he kind of took that. He spun the narrative and he gave us an album in which everyone else features on his album. We'll get into the results of having, trying to prove your individuality by getting a group together. We'll get into that during the actual review. But you guys,
He has a great quote about that right here that I saw earlier, where he says, "I've been blessed with the gift of collaborating. Not every artist can collaborate with another artist and have the final product be something incredible. Many people have said that when you see a song that says featuring Ty Dolla Sign, you know it's going to be fire. As humbled as I am when I hear that, I can't say I disagree."
Wow.
I thought that was really fun.
And look, I like that because I think that's true. And I think he has proven himself as a great, collaborator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys want to give some background in terms of Ty Dolla Sign, what's he done? This is his third studio album. He has his first album, Free TC, which came out in 2015. Beach House 3, which came out in 2017, featuring Ty Dolla Sign. He has a lot of other mixtapes and stuff like that. So, but this is
he's a primarily R&B hip hop artist. He has done like pop features.
An illustrious cameo in season 1 of Insecure.
In season 1 of Insecure, that's true. He's from LA. I remember him coming out like around YG, DJ Mustard.
Yeah.
Him coming out like when they started coming out, he was like with those guys. I saw him a lot with them. So really reps the West Coast and all that stuff. So yeah, Ty Dolla Sign. He's been really active in terms of features, which you mentioned. But
do you guys have a favorite Ty Dolla Sign feature before we get into the review?
And
I love that one he had on Scorpion.
Oh yeah, he's done a couple with Drake.
I got my favorite. My favorite. Hold on. My favorite is A$AP Rocky. Testing. He was on Brother Man, I think. I think he was on. Oh, I don't think so. I think was that Brother Man?
Like just biggest ones generally speaking. He did Swallow with which was a recent huge hit. Nicki Minaj. He did Hot Girl Summer. He did Or Not with The Weeknd. He has a couple tracks with Money, including one with his
also
album.
Janae Go, It's a Vibe. Is that his song or is that 2 Chainz? Or is that? I think that's 2 Chainz song. That's 2 Chainz song. That's 2 Chainz. That's 2 Chainz. But she's on that song too.
After Dark is the one I'm thinking of. I love that song.
Yeah. So Ty Dolla Sign definitely has a lot of known for his features, and he does really kill them all. He's really a good. But he's kind of making fun of the running joke featuring Ty Dolla Sign. So
it's a good album.
So yeah.
And I have respect for someone coming up and saying, everyone says this about me, but have you considered the fact that I'm really good at it?
Mm-hmm.
That's true too.
And like I was just telling people, like, I'm sure he has a bag because per feature, hey, you get something for you're on that song, and he does have a lot of hits. So definitely, it was worthwhile to get into the album. Fair to say.
Absolutely.
So overall themes before we dive into some of our top tracks, we all listened to this album. It's a longer one. It's I think 59 minutes. It has 25 songs. Or like an hour exactly. It's 50. It's literally.
I think it's an hour. I think it's an hour exactly, actually.
Yeah. So you guys, just off the top, let's talk about getting into the album intro and then status. Temptations. The first 3 songs. The first feature being Kid Cudi. What were your thoughts there?
You want to go ahead?
Status.
Go ahead, Avery.
Status.
Go ahead, Avery.
That was a pretty good song. I think when I first listened to the album, like initially, like I didn't think there was anything that really stood out to me. I'd check a title of a song every now and then, but like it took me a while. It took me like 2 or 3 listens, I think, to actually be like, okay, I think I like this song. I think I like this song. For me personally, like at least initially, nothing like super stuck out. But I don't know if you guys had the same experience listening to it.
Yeah, this is definitely an album because some albums, first listen, you're like, wow, I got it. Either I love it or it's like, oh my gosh. This is definitely an album you have to get multiple listens. Like, definitely, because I'm kind of like Avery. First couple of listens, like maybe like first and a half listen, I guess you would say, there was like some songs I was like, I was just kind of just listening to it, not really paying attention. But going into like second, third, fourth, fifth listen, songs really stood out. So yeah, definitely and this is me also coming from somebody who hasn't listened to a Ty Dolla Sign album full through. I don't know if that's the same for you guys too also, but this is the first album I've listened to full through, just him. So yeah, the intro was just a little talking. I'm assuming I don't read it, but I'm assuming that's his dad or something, or uncle or something like that. I don't remember exactly who that is, that intro, who's talking. But Status I really enjoyed. Status was fun. Status I really enjoyed that. Is that the one he's I gotta get the it's the fastest, na 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 na. It's the best, stuff like that. Something like that, yeah. I really enjoyed that. I kind of wish he did more of that in terms of, because even though he's a singer, he does rap. This is kind of more the rapping side. And I actually really enjoyed it. It's not like he's the, spitter or anything.
I think when we're talking about this song, this constitutes fair usage. So I'm gonna turn up the background a little bit more. Great though, keep on going.
Okay, yeah. No, I really enjoyed the first track. In terms of the intro track, I consider that the intro song.
My laptop's about to die, but y'all are doing great. I want y'all to keep on going.
Okay, yeah, we got it. So that was really a good song in terms of getting into it. But yeah. But what about you, Avery? In terms of like any other tracks that really stood out, or overall thoughts on the album in terms of first, second, third listen, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think out of all the solo tracks he has on here, Status is probably my favorite. Of like just Ty Dolla Sign by himself. Time Will Tell is actually pretty good too. This just track list is so long. I'm like, okay, which ones do I like?
Yeah.
But I think I found myself like, at least like for the first few listens, like really like feature hunting. I was like, okay, oh, Kid Cudi, that's so cool. And then I'd be like, oh, I love Post Malone. There's Post Malone. I was really excited to listen to track 6 just because I love those artists, or formerly loved some of those artists. Yeah. So
I really agree with you that on Avery, because like when you see you'll look at an album, you say, oh, they have these artists, I'm gonna make sure to pay attention for this song and this song. And that's what I found myself doing also in terms of like track 6 really stood out. Obviously the Kid Cudi track, the Big Sean track even stood out for me. I was like, oh yeah, let me listen to those tracks first, or kind of type thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that was one of the earlier lessons of the album. Like it's not one of the kind of albums you listen to, I think, in one sitting. It's not meant, there's not like a thread, a common like theme or a reason for you to sit down and want to listen to the whole thing in one like go.
Yeah.
I think it's pick a song, see which artists you like, look at the features, and go from there. But that being said, when y'all listen to like Spicy, which I feel is the first big like kind of like song on it that's sort of like okay, I can see this being a hit. I said this being like radio friendly.
I agree with you.
You know, what were your thoughts about that?
Spicy. I enjoyed that track. I think that was actually one of the in terms of tracks that were like not R&B-ish, but really trying to be the pop rap in terms of Post Malone. That's what I consider pop rap. I enjoyed that track.
Pop.
Oh yeah, he's
more
pop,
generous than me. I just pop.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. His says hip hop rap when he on the genre. Like I'm pretty sure he doesn't say that, but that's what I consider him. I really enjoyed that track. It was fun. It was fun. Post Malone really has it's another one of those songs. Post Malone. It sounds like the artist is really catering towards Post Malone, trying to sound like him, kind of. But I thought
he has a distinct style. So is that unfair to say in a certain way?
Well, I think it's like a Travis Scott kind of thing, where if you get Travis Scott on your song, you need like a beat or something that caters more to Travis Scott than it does.
I agree.
To like you.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not. But like going off of that point, I feel like listening to this song made me realize that one of the this isn't a bad thing, but I think when you think of Ty Dolla $ign, there's not like a distinct style that pops into your head, and because of that, when he has like a feature with another artist, you kind of go in it with the expectation of like, okay, this other artist is sort of going to be the director. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think like that's, for me at least, and we can get into like our criticisms later, but for me, that's the fatal flaw of this whole project, is that he does like switch things out. I think Noah said it last night when we were talking about it, but he said like it feels more like a playlist or like a collection rather than an album. Yeah. And to me, like that mixture of styles, like as a complete project for me, while there are parts I enjoy, is like ultimately the fatal flaw for me.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that, because I'm kind of, it all matters, because sometimes with the album, considering who you like and how they do it, put it together, sometimes you want an album to sound kind of the same full through, depending on what kind of album it's like. If it's a concept album, you kind of want there to be a similar theme or sound kind of going through it. And sometimes when people just making albums, but there's messages in it, you want kind of some or different, they're trying to give off different emotions. Sometimes it can it's good that you have some variety on this. With this album, there was variety, but it felt like I'll wait for that, but it was variety. Go ahead, Nnamdi, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna I think we can wait to get to No, I think you can touch on them, because I think that's a really fair point, is going through the album.
Yeah.
Music is storytelling, I think, to a degree. And I think when you listen to an album, it doesn't have to be blatant or it doesn't have to be bold, but I think you kind of look for something to sort of guide you through as you go through like the entire album.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's stay on the positive for a little bit now. Let's stay on the positive. Let's stay on the positive. Yeah. So I don't think I mentioned Temptations, but Temptation was good. Kid Cudi really killed his feature. He killed his feature. What about you, Nnamdi? I don't think Nnamdi's got a chance to really give up some of his thoughts on some of the good tracks on here that he really enjoyed, but we really enjoyed.
I think there are a couple songs that are a good album. I'm trying to find a way to like do a review of an album this long and this varied, while still sort of making it make sense. So I'm trying to go as I go along, but I do think there was there are a couple standout tracks on here. The first one for me being track 6. Yeah. And I'm happy about it because I feel like I went into it with high expectations. Not high, but you see Kanye West and you see Anderson .Paak and you see Thundercat.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, okay, like this is like a lineup, right? Like this is something that I can sort of like go in and know there's gonna be at least one. Even though Kanye West, I knew production wise at least it should have been like amazing, right? Like it's gonna be fire.
The production, did Kanye produce this track? No,
I don't think so.
It says produced by, this looks like,
no, it wasn't.
Okay, it was a bunch of producers, but I gotta say the production, and even on a lot of these tracks, in terms of the ones that were more R&B and had a lot of like guitarish type things, the production on this was great, especially with it switched to the Anderson track beat. He killed that. When the beat switched, he killed that. I thought that was dope. And I'm a big fan of Thundercat. He was my project of the week a couple weeks ago. Part of me was selfishly like, man, I wish Thundercat was on this track more, but he was kind of perfect at the end, honestly. I think he was perfect at the end. So yeah. But
it's an interesting song. I think it's called track 6 because like you don't know what else to name it.
It's not really about anything, but
yeah. Because it's literally just the 6th track on the album. But it's good. It's a good listen.
Exactly. So I enjoyed that track a lot. But Anderson .Paak definitely was a standout in terms of that particular track.
Yeah, you guys. So let me ask you: 7, 8, 9. Quavo, Lil Durk, Nicki Minaj featuring on this. Thoughts? Did any of those stand out more than the other? Was there one that you find like, okay, I really mess with? And how do you? I feel like those are all sort of the same caliber featured in the sense of they're like just your hit rap features, right?
Now this is I'm not getting negative, but this is an example of the tracks being very repetitive in terms of what's on the track. Like, if people are like, man, freak on the track, he's just saying, you a freak, you a freak, you a freak. It's like that. That's what the track's like. And Double R is
sort of known for that, though, right?
No,
not in a bad way.
Yeah, not in a bad way, but I'm saying personally for me, I know people like that. I'm saying personally for me, that's not really appealing personally in terms of, because I'm kind of past the time when like hooks being just the one word, like duh. Like I kind of like hooks being something like them saying something, like being a couple lines or something like that. I'm kind of past like the hook being just being one word, kind of, you know. And Double R was kind of fell into that. I don't remember the exact hook for that, but it kind of fell into that. Expensive was good. Nicki Minaj really killed that. I enjoyed her feature a lot. She sounded great on there, actually.
I think it's one of the singles, no? I think
it was.
I think it was, yeah.
It was.
So yeah.
I think we had it on a playlist a few weeks ago too.
We probably did. So yeah. So those three tracks fell into that.
Freak did not stand out to me at all. Like to the point where like I did not even remember what it sounded like until Noah started kind of like saying.
I mean, that's what the track is like.
I was like, what song is that again? And then I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's that one.
He says, I got a freak. I got a freak. That's what it's like.
But yeah, no, Nicki really did kill her verse. I mean, she always does. But like, she's really great on it.
I feel like Nicki Minaj is someone who often gets undercut when she's a feature on the song, just because that's sort of what she's known for. But I think she like Ty Dolla Sign does pretty well on features. I think when you look at this full list, like if you were to do a ranking, but I think she's one of the top 5 for sure, like pure rap features on this album.
Yeah.
Sure. But I want to talk about the interludes, because I feel that's one point of like weaving an album in and out. There was Serpent with Feet interlude, which we skipped, so that should speak to the impact of, or just how you felt about it. And then there's a Burna Boy interlude, which I enjoyed, but I also was like, I wish Burna Boy was sort of featured on the album, because he's not elsewhere on the album. But keeping it positive, it was a good interlude. Any of those stand out?
Yeah, interludes, they definitely have their place. I know some people I know the joke on Twitter, it's like, man, the interludes are always the best song because they're short and they should be longer. But I think that's kind of the point, though. It's kind of just to weave things together and just it kind of is a thing to catch your attention and then goes to the next song. So like if a song's like really low key or like really chill, and then an interlude comes like, whoa, what's that? And then it goes to the next song. It's kind of like, oh, it catches your attention a little bit. And Burna Boy definitely stand out on that interlude. It was. I think it served its purpose for what it was.
I do wish he was on a song though. Like I wish he
could
have been on one of these other songs that.
I agree.
Like everyone else got a feature, so it's like, why couldn't Burna Boy get a feature?
I mean, it's called Burna Boy interlude, so I get it. I don't think it's like that bad.
I still want to be featured.
Yeah, but it's called, but the track's called Burna Boy interlude though. It's not like we know who it's on the song. It's like, wow, who is that?
Burna Boy.
Oh my
God.
Boy
interlude. Burna Boy.
Okay, so you wanted to say Burna Boy interlude featuring Burna Boy with the song's called Burna Boy interlude? Okay. Yeah.
I do want to say this about the next one we're about to get into, which I feel like it's kind of an R&B run. I think Ty Dolla Sign's an R&B artist, and I think he does that pretty well, especially when he sort of incorporates like R&B-ish melodies or something. At least I just think when he's not trying real hard to do like overtly pop or overtly like hip hop, I think it sounds sort of better. And I say that because Tyrone 2021, the production on that to me feels R&B inspired and sort of interrelates to like Erykah Badu thing.
I mean, like when you have Erykah Badu being sampled, I mean, you already know what's coming. Honestly, when if you got Erykah Badu sampled, your song's gonna be good. Honestly, anytime she's been sampled, it's been good. Yeah, I mean, Big Sean killed that. That's why I gotta give shouts out to Big Sean. He killed that.
I love this song. He
killed that. He killed that. The hook. I kind of, even though the sample was great, I kind of wish we had less of the sample and more of like Ty Dolla Sign actually singing. Because the sample took
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying I just feel like the sample took up most of the singing, you know?
Yeah.
So like the song's great and I love the sample, but in terms of like if I was a Ty Dolla Sign fan, I'm like, I want Ty Dolla Sign more on that track personally. But
it's like this is the song that got stuck in my head the most after listening to this album. I don't know, it felt so like West Coast summery. It reminded me of like Summertime by Will Smith, just because you can like hear people talking in the background and like.
Wait, tell me which song you're talking about. I missed you.
Tyrone 2021.
Yeah, Tyrone
2021 still. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
I really love this song. I think it's one of the top 3 tracks on the album for me personally.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
what do you think?
I like Real Life. Mm-hmm. I do like that song. I like the production on it. I'm a very big fan of it. I like Roddy. I've been liking Roddy Ricch on pretty much. And I think I've been a fan of Roddy Ricch as of recent. So I think he kills his feature. But I think the production is definitely what brings you in. DJ Mustard did his thing on that one. So personal opinion, I think that's one of my standouts on here. And it comes out at a good point. So I did listen to this album full through, even though I said the whole thing, but I don't think you can. And I think that's one of the highlight tracks as I was listening full through. I enjoyed the song.
Yeah, I agree. The Roddy Ricch feature, and even Ty Dolla was good too on this track. That sounds like another song I could see being a hit, kind of, because of who Roddy Ricch is and his effect on people. So yeah, but yeah, because I'm talking as I say on people, but like on artists, he really has he's really one of those guys right now in terms of hip hop. It's like him, the Baby, Lil Baby. Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys right now. In terms of if you had a song with him, it's gonna be a hit. So I would like that. What do you guys think about these next couple of tracks in terms of Nothing Like Your Exes, By Yourself, Universe? These are really R&B heavy too. Like the last couple.
By Yourself was a single, wasn't it? I think it was one of the first ones.
I don't remember exactly. I don't remember, but
it's not. I could see that. It sounds like a radio R&B hit.
Yeah, but after a couple, because even though Tyrone 2021 is a hit R&B-ish track, there's rapping on there a lot. In terms of in Real Life was rapping too, and even it's still free TC. But Nothing Like Your Exes, By Yourself, Universe are definitely more R&B heavy tracks.
Yeah.
This is actually, I'm not gonna say these are all my favorite songs in terms of the top songs, but in terms of a run, like a couple tracks together, that might have been my favorite run on the album.
The R&B run.
Yeah, the R&B. Nothing Like Your Exes, By Yourself, and Universe might have been my favorite 3-track run on the album.
I was very, very. I was in the middle about it because some of the beats in my, and I know this isn't even a general criticism, it's just how I felt listening to it. Some of the beats felt sort of like, okay, not like as distinct. They felt like kind of just R&B beats. And there's things that I feel like, not that I've already heard, but like features that I could have already seen happening. Like I did like hearing Jhené Aiko on a song, and I think DJ Mustard was a great at making beats. So I think By Yourself's a standout, but I think Universe was in a song that like didn't really catch me.
Oh, what?
And I know it's Kehlani and everyone like loves Kehlani and I think she can sing, but it was a song that I kind of was like, this doesn't feel as like it didn't have the effect that I feel like some other Kehlani tracks has felt on me.
That's my favorite song of the album.
Really?
Yeah, Universe is good.
No, this is good. But
I love the song.
I'm with Avery. I kind of disagree with you. Now, I get what you're saying, but I definitely feel like this was like one of the best songs in terms of like his R&B, like them as together as R&B tandem, Kehlani and Dolla. I feel like they fit really well, honestly, on this track, in my opinion. And Kehlani didn't even sound like Kehlani, but she sounded great though. But she sounded great though.
You don't think it sounded like Kehlani?
It didn't. I mean, no, I'm saying like
not what she like usually sounds like.
Yeah, not what she usually sounds
like. I feel like it's, to me, it sounded like a song I could have heard on her album that she just put out in March.
I liked it.
Perfect. No,
I enjoyed it. So I enjoyed it. Okay, y'all. Now, honestly, this is where I don't want to get negative now, but honestly, these last, what is it? That's crazy. We still have 7 tracks left on this album. These last 7-8 tracks is where it went downhill for me. This is where the album really fell apart for me. I feel like now the album, there was a lot of hits in like the first, where were we at? 16 tracks. There were songs in there like I didn't love as much as others, but I saw their place. Like each song had a place, even though some of them were my favorite. But when it got to 17 on down, that's where the album just fell apart. And that's where I feel like he didn't know where to go with this. So give your thoughts on how you feel like this album ended in terms of like this last 7-8 tracks on this album. Avery, I know Avery has some thoughts. So I think
the front half is stronger. Probably. Yeah,
for sure.
But in my opinion, Ego Death is one. I love Ego Death, and y'all know that. I've been a fan since it came out in May. It's the very last song, but I think y'all already know that. I like the music Soul Child 6 Flag song. So
yeah, I really do like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that actually might be. I think that might be the best song. Okay, now me personally, I'm hearing Nnamdi on Ego Death being on the album, and this actually I wrote this down. I get why Ego Death on the album because it was a single. But
it doesn't really fit though. I will say that
it doesn't fit. So I kind of wish they put bonus track at it, so because Your Turn should have been the last song. Like it would have been the perfect ending.
It's a perfect ending.
It's the perfect ending, and then Return is like the little outro thing.
Two more.
It's like I mean, I don't count
the exact.
I don't count Return because it's like a little talking thing. It's not like an actual song. But I feel like Your Turn should have been the last song on the album.
I wouldn't want it to end with Return though. That's the thing. But no, I do completely agree with you though that Ego Death, while it is, I love Ego Death, and anyone who's listened to our 97 demo, I think I put it on like 2 now. But like I agree, no other song kind of sounds like this, and it's like the only sort of like pop kind of song in the way it is a song. Yeah. That like it doesn't fit. To me, that sounds like something I could imagine hearing on a Kanye album before I did a Ty Dolla album, to be honest.
I agree. It did feel like more a Kanye song. Yeah, I agree. So,
I think there's some good tracks in this last run. Like I like Time Will Tell and I like Your Turn and obviously Ego Death, but like
but the songs that were really bad,
they're so bad.
The songs that are really bad really ruined the rest of the experience for me. Oh, you want me to say names?
Dr. Sebi is legitimately one of my least.
Dr. Sebi is one of the worst songs this year.
One of the worst things I've ever heard.
Saying, let's wait before I say my before we get criticism. I'm like, that's the review.
This is the time.
Let's go.
Dr. Sebi is legitimately one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. I listen to it just so I can like hate it more. Like it's so bad.
I hate this song. Now I gotta say this too. I'm from Atlanta. I get it. Young Thug's just not for me. It's just I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
It doesn't even sound good.
He has an audience and he has a base.
No, I'm not gonna disrespect because people love him. People found him super creative. I get it.
But it's just
it's just
I like songs with him. The song is just literally does not sound good.
He's just not for me. Dr. Sebi and Lift Me Up I don't like either. I don't like Lift Me Up either. Young Thug's voice isn't appealing to me. Personally, there's a personal.
Lift Me Up. That was another example of one of the songs that I'm like, I feel like I kind of heard this beat already, or like I've heard this already.
It was a basic trap beat. So that's what really.
My universe take now that can I walk that back slightly? I'm gonna walk the universe take slightly. I still feel it. But I'm gonna walk it back just a hair.
Say Kehlani killed that, and Ty Dolla $ign, they both fit on that track really well, in my opinion.
They fit. I want to clarify. They fit very well on the song.
You don't hate the song. You don't hate the song.
I feel like I could have heard this song already.
That's fair. That's fair.
It is one of the, I think, better R&B songs on the album though.
And this is another thing I have to say too. This kind of in general. Because I also felt a couple times, I think this is important too with songs. Sometimes, at the end of songs, it will flow perfectly into the next song. There were a couple songs where it did that really well, like in between.
Yes, in the first half. Those were all I feel in the first half, I feel.
Well, there was a couple, I actually I'm kind of opposite with you on that, but I hear you.
Hey, where are the ones you saw?
Well, I was going to say Dr. Sebi, even though I don't like that song, it did flow seamlessly into Powder Blue. It was seamlessly, like it just switched songs perfectly. I didn't even know it changed. It switched seamlessly. And there were other parts of the album where I felt like it would be like a quick jump, where it'd be like hype track R&B, and it just like there wasn't like really a transition into that, which is another gripe I kind of have. If you're gonna do like this kind of moody type album, because I consider it a moody type album, you want it to flow perfectly. Every song kind of sounds, just goes to the next perfectly. And there's sometimes he did it well, and other times it didn't work for me. So.
I feel like I don't know if it was I get what you're saying now, and I see why you're saying where you saw it. I think what I was more referring to is I feel just generally the order. You know how like when we make our playlist, I tell you that I like to build them by the moods of the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like in the first half he does a better job of like the intro flows into Status pretty well, flows into Temptation, even that intro, and I feel like that goes pretty well until he gets you to the R&B section. Then it's like after the R&B string, it's like when it's sort of like it is what it is. You have Dr. Sebi, then you have the Music Soul Child feature like 2 songs later. It's like but
now I do gotta have to ask you guys. We've talked about Ty Dolla $ign, and he's kind of R&B rap, but he does a lot of singing on this album, I would say. How do you guys feel about his singing on here? What do you guys? I feel like
on the features he does, he always sings. Like I've never considered Ty Dolla $ign like a rapper.
Yeah,
I've always considered him like an R&B singer first who can rap,
Okay.
And I feel like I still have that exact same opinion of him through this album.
So what? How do you feel about his singing? Did you like it? Did you not like it? How do you feel about his singing?
He can sing. It's not like he's. I don't feel like there's that. To be honest, I don't feel like there's that many male singers who I'm like their voices are like, oh my god. Like there's just not. I don't feel like that. There's that exists. Like The Weeknd maybe. Like
I love his
voice. Your project of the week, Nnamdi, is one of them.
Yeah, what you talking about?
I'm just saying in the sense of like you hear like. There's no male singers in my opinion that you look to strictly and you're like that is the voice.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that's a.
I get you what you're saying, but in terms of me,
like, he could sing, but I wouldn't like go to a Ty Dolla sign album just for his voice.
I got you.
That's what he tries to do, I think, and he doesn't try to overextend himself. He's not trying to do these crazy runs. He's not trying to sound like Frank Ocean. He's not trying to sound like he's doing what he knows he can do.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's trying to hit notes or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that, but with me, I was saying this earlier too. I was saying like with R&B especially, it's less about what you say and more about how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Like the voice could change a lot. And for me personally, I'm not really a big fan of his singing. Personally, even though there's some chalks, like that's a thing where I think for me personally where like the features sound better because he gives you the singing in short instances. It's not like for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
But on here he's singing. He has songs where he's rapping, but he's singing a lot on here. Like he's doing the singing thing a lot, and it's not as appealing for me. There's some songs where it works better than others, like that Kehlani song. I think it works really great. So I know there's some other songs I'm trying to think. Nothing Like Your Exes even works for me. Even Lift Me Up. No, not Lift Me Up. I lied. Time Will Tell worked really well. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other songs where it really worked really well. But Slow It Down worked really well. Slow It Down was good. Slow It Down. He did good on Slow It Down. It's just over.
His voice works well.
Yeah, in terms of his singing, like the singing didn't bother me like that. The singing, I feel like
Nothing Like Your Exes. Did you like that song?
Nothing Like Your Exes. I liked it. I liked Nothing Like Your Exes. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. You didn't like it? I enjoyed it. It's
like forgettable. I think like for me, a lot of this album is pretty forgettable.
That was that was how I felt about it. That's another in the category of like songs that I feel like I've heard, like I could have heard this production before.
Well, this is the thing. I definitely get your criticism of Nothing Like Your Exes, but I feel like he has a lot of songs where like it's the same hook, just different words. If you get what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, it's just following a template for a lot of these songs.
It's a template he's following for these songs, so I think is the issue. Like Nothing Like Your Exes, even Expensive, Freak, I
will say that, like on some songs the production does still help a lot. Like Expensive is one of the songs I feel like the production helps.
Yeah.
Sort of like the Ty Dolla sign hook.
I'm talking about his song structure. His song structure. It's especially the hook structure. I feel like he follows a template for it, which I think really hurts the album in terms of.
It's like not a debate with his flow. It feels like the same thing, just like
exact same thing.
Hook wise.
Yeah, but that's my biggest gripe. The hooks are really a problem for me because they're really.
Let's get into that. What are your biggest gripes with this album? So Noah, you said it's the hook.
I mean a lot of songs feel really repetitive. Honestly, for me, they just feel really repetitive, especially the hook part. And I also said it like his singing, too much of the singing. It's just like some songs just didn't work for me. It's just not for me in terms of his singing. He's not the greatest singer, and I get it, but it's just not for me personally. So the song's really and this is the thing too. I know it's called featuring Ty Dolla Sign, but I found myself, unfortunately, the feature standing out more than him throughout a lot of this album. Now there were songs where he did it really well in terms of like the Kehlani. I keep saying that, but that's like the perfect example of them really collaborating, and they really even though Kehlani killed it, it didn't feel like they overpowered each other or something like that, or something stood out more or something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of wish he had more songs by himself. Honestly, I kind of wish he had more songs.
Two. He only had. I'm not counting the interludes. He had two songs by himself.
Well, Avery, you're saying that as a people, we're not big fans of Ty Dolla Sign, but I'm saying he has instances on this where he has songs by himself where he's good. Like Status is a good song. Your Turn is a good song. Yeah. He's by himself. Those are, I get, it's not our favorite, but it's not like our ish. You know what I'm saying? It's not like our.
Well, the songs that stand out to me are just not the ones that he is on by himself. Like the songs that stand out to me are, I probably am looking forward more to like the features, but like the songs that do stand out to me are like the ones that have other people on them.
Well, that's the problem too, because this is a Ty Dolla Sign album. It's my same gripe. Yeah. Well, this is my same gripe I had with Jay Electronica. Remember I said There's Jay Electronica.
That was a Jay-Z album.
Well, I said that. I said you could say it's a good album, but if this is your debut album, you don't want Jay-Z to be the standout on the album. You want the artist who's, coming. And I feel like even though this isn't a debut album, there's a big out for Ty Dolla Sign. He's been doing a lot of features the last couple of years. And I feel like he could have made a statement by like, I'm only gonna have a couple of features. It's all me. But that's just me.
Yeah. Avery, how do you feel? Final thoughts?
Yeah, going back to my earlier criticism where I talked about like how there's a whole bunch of different styles on this album, and I think that's the big problem with it, is that by the time I got to around probably like the third or fourth listen, I just didn't want to do it. Like I just didn't want to listen to it again. And that's because like I knew which parts I liked and I knew which parts I didn't like, and which parts I didn't like.
And the parts you didn't like, you were gonna zone out.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, I'm still like spend another hour listening to this album where like I'm probably only gonna like five-ish songs maybe. And this 25 song album, that's like not a good shooting percentage. So like I just like found myself like really not enjoying listening to it as like the more I did listen to it. And that's because like I really only vibed with like certain parts of the album. And that's even part of like a quote he has right here where he says like, yeah, there's something for everyone here. And it's like, okay, well, when there's something for everyone, not everyone's gonna like the whole thing. So that's my problem. And those are kind of like my conclusion. Like there are good parts, and I think the highs are pretty high, but I still think like most of the album are not like doesn't stand out to me, and like that kind of just prevents me from even liking this album.
No, I feel like I'm gonna go off of what you said about written testimony. The difference between written testimony and this album is, at the end of the day, even though Jay-Z was on the album very prominently, I still identify that as a Jay Electronica album. If I'm referring to it, I call it the Jay Electronica album. I say written testimony, the Jay Electronica project. This seems like an album where I wouldn't often go back to the album itself. And then when I'm trying to think of a song, I may say, what's the Anderson .Paak Kanye West song that the collab they did? Or, like I feel like that's the danger in having an album and trying to sort of like still kind of have it be yours, but
with a lot of features,
prominent people that that you can't expect to do a bad job.
Well, yeah.
All the highs that are super high, I think are really high with the help of like the features. I think Spicy is a really high song because Ty Dolla $ign was able to do his thing with Post Malone.
Well, yeah.
I think
for the record,
6 was like a highlight because it was Kanye West, Anderson .Paak, and Thundercat. I think Expensive, even what we said about that, I think Nicki Minaj kills it on that album. So I think and Universe, like you guys both love that song, and I do. I think it's a great song as well. It's because we keep on saying Kehlani kind of did her thing. So I feel like that's the danger of having an album that has so many amazing other artists and then only limiting yourself to 4 or 5 songs that are all kind of R&B that sort of there are not many that sort of hit you in the face and that are distinct. Status, yes, but like can you name the other R&B songs that he did? Can you name like the other 3 or 4?
Yeah, it's tough.
So I think that's what's rough about this. So like I think I echo you guys' sentiment that the highs are high, and I think if his point was to prove that I can collaborate with anyone and make a good song, I'd say okay, that's fair. I think you did that. But I think if his point was I can make an album and like make a body of work and it be me and like be an artist and show you who Ty Dolla $ign is and what Ty Dolla $ign can do.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was fully.
Yeah, the highs are high, but not because of him.
That's true.
Which is a bad thing. And Nnamdi, I want to get you on the Jay Electronica King. I was just trying to give a parallel. I think this is more of an extreme example of it because to me, Jay Electronica is a better rapper than Ty Dolla $ign is singer and artist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's Jay Electronic's an incredible rapper. I don't think anybody can.
Lie. Ever since Village, I do these and I'm like, wow, like what if like somehow somebody like he listens. So now I'm like,
we're journalists. We need to critique.
I mean, we need to critique them. I'm gonna give my honest thought. And this also coming as a new listener to Ty Dolla $ign also. Yeah. So, but this is interesting, and this is also something I didn't mention on the first track. And this it's so funny that we said this because we said he sounds like he's following a basic template. And he says on the track, the first track, Status, he said, I told Ye to run for president. He said, Dolla, you too good to put your voice on that generic-ish. And it's like, are you serious, dude? It's like a lot of these songs really sound like he followed the basic template. And sometimes it worked well, like Spicy. That was the best version of him following that template. That felt like it could have been a hit, and it felt like that could have worked. The other song is like, okay, bro, come on now. Like Freak, all those songs, you know, it sounds like he was trying to go for something, and it just didn't work. And then he could have cut off so many of those songs already.
Songs is always, we always talk about how long albums are. Imagine if you were finding this like the best like
16
and
songs.
That's the thing. I'm sure he couldn't, because part of him felt like if I had to whittle these down to the best 15, I wouldn't have as many solo tracks on here. Well,
that's the problem. You got, hey, bro. Sometimes you guys gotta take the features away and find out who you really are, bro. And maybe he is. Maybe I gotta listen to his old stuff and maybe find out what he's like. But in terms of this, I don't know, man. It's like, is he trolling us by saying I'm gonna do this featuring Ty Dolla Sign now with all these features?
I think part of it. I think it was like reclaiming your time. You know, it's interesting.
But it didn't work.
It's interesting because I compare. You know, I feel like when Nicki Minaj back in like 2012 was known as the feature girl. You know, like she was like, oh, Nicki Minaj on everything. Like, oh, like there's another song. I'm not gonna listen. It became like a meme almost. Like I'm not gonna listen if Nicki Minaj is on it. Like she's on everything. I feel like her solution to that was trying to release more like substantive material on her own, or like try to release more, like do different genres and like try to establish a brand. And I feel like Ty Dolla Sign kind of flipped it, and when he had the same criticism was just like, I'm going to embrace this,
I'm gonna go all the way with it. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm
gonna go all the way with it and make an album called featuring Ty Dolla Sign.
You know? He likes being known as this guy.
Maybe because, and maybe if it works for him, he's making this great money. More power to him.
That's all you can ask for, you know.
And I will not just so I don't know, but yeah, I guess final thoughts in terms of your final thoughts. We can give it a score.
Yeah, let's do our score. So Noah, let's start with you. What's your score for this?
Oh, so like I said, the songs on here that I really liked, but mostly because of the features. Even the songs like Status, they were the good songs that were solo, not among my favorite. This is tough, but I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 5.5. I'm joking. I'm feeling a. Actually, I might. Ooh, dang, this might hurt.
What would be the number?
I might feel like going lower. Oh man, I'm gonna say 4.5. Actually, I took it down lower. Dang, it hurt.
4.5.
I'm gonna get 4.5 because it's not. There's only a couple songs here I would actually re-listen to, even though I'm probably not gonna re-listen to this album. But there's only songs I could actually see myself realistically going back to. So 4.5. 4.5.
Your score, please.
I'm in the exact same ballpark as Noah. I think like 85 to 90% of this album is pretty forgettable. I'm probably only gonna say
Avery.
2 songs out of it. I'm like, honestly, like I didn't enjoy listening to this album after the third time. So I'm probably at a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
I already know what Nnamdi's gonna get, but I keep going.
I feel like Ty Dolla Sign made an album with the sole intent of featuring Ty Dolla Sign. All into that.
And that hurts so much. I thought he was gonna go the opposite way.
And like, it hurts us, but I think for him, he sat in a room one day and said, I'm going to make an album called featuring Ty Dolla Sign.
Where it sounds like I'm featured on every track.
Where it sounds like I'm featured.
Of my own album.
And that's what he did. And he set out to do that. And he did it.
Yeah. And
I think the album has highs that are high. Though there are some superable tracks. But I think the highs that are high, like Universe, I think that's, great songs. Spice. We've talked about track 6. We talked about Spice. We talked about the songs we really like. So with that said, I'm also going to give it a 5.
Okay. I think that's our lowest rated album, guys.
9, 13.
No, I'm going to give it a 5.5.
5.5. Okay.
Collectively out of like a 4.6 or something.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Mathematics, that's a 4.6.
That's nice, man.
That was correct.
Yeah.
Wow. I think our lowest before was Dark Lane demo tapes, and I think that even got like a 7 collectively.
Yeah, but Dark Lane, this is the thing.
That was a good parallel too.
I got to give this comment though too on Dark Lane demo tapes and this album. Dark Lane demo tapes is kind of the same thing. It's like a playlist, but it's shorter. It's more concise. If you try to do that over 25 tracks, it's not gonna work well all the time, So this is an example of not working well like that. So.
Wait, you guys, I want to do this while we're together because I've never thought of it before, and I think it's really interesting. So we have our score locked in. We're at 4.6. If this was another, if we have to round 5, but it's a 4.6. So I just really quickly was kind of curious on what some like other organizations may have given him.
Yeah, I like that.
Pitchfork gave him a 7.7.
Wow. Really? Pitchfork gave him a 7.7?
7.7.
Wow, I'm surprised.
And that's Pitchfork. Rolling Stone, the headline is featuring Ty Dolla Sign proves he's more than everyone's favorite collaborator.
Wow.
His solo album today further showcases his skill at navigating R&B, pop, and rap. I kind of disagree. They give him a 3.5 stars, which I feel was sort of like, if we were stars.
It's a 7.
It's like a 7.
That's a 7.
We would not be there.
Well, we got to say this, though. This is us coming as brand new Ty Dolla Sign listeners. So,
so we can't compare it to past works.
We're also people who pretty much more or less we all enjoy shorter, more succinct albums as well.
But also, sorry, I'm gonna high snobbiety. Like the caption, the like headline for the article is the hilariously titled featuring Ty Dolla Sign. Is that how you would want? Is that Is that?
It is a funny title. It is a funny title.
It is a funny title.
In the sentence.
That's what made me want to review it. When Nnamdi said, "Yeah, it's called featuring Ty Dolla," we got to review it. We got to. But yeah. So yeah, this is coming from 3 guys who don't really have a history with this guy. So we're coming as fresh listeners in terms of his solo work. So I mean, those publications probably have a better understanding of what his music's like, what his fans like. It's interesting. We're coming as just 3 guys who like music and want to give our thoughts. Publications have like more of this thing of trying to be as fair as possible.
We're 3 journalists. Put some respect on our name.
Well, yeah, but also we come in with history. Yeah, but we come with history of what we like. We have history with these artists. We have history with what we like. We like short albums. We like concise albums. We don't like 25-track albums. Even though it's an hour, which is a good. If he put this down and made some songs more full, that's the other thing. The songs were not full. They sound like they weren't finished. It's like, okay, we're stopped now. 2 minutes.
Yo. Topic idea to write down: best albums over an hour.
Woo!
Because there has to be someone who's done it.
No, there's plenty.
There are. And like I have a few that actually just popped into my head, and I know exactly what I would bring to the pod if we did that. But keep that in mind. But okay, so we 4.6. That's our official Ty Dolla Sign review. Yeah, there you go. Featuring Ty Dolla Sign, streaming on all platforms. We gave it a 4.6.
Yep.
Which I'm now doing the math. I don't even think that's not 2 stars. Is that 2 stars? If we were like a 5 scale.
That's like 2.
That's like 2.5.
Yeah.
Almost 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
That don't sound that bad, honestly. When you say it like that.
Be like little shades.
Should we start doing stars now? Stars don't sound as bad as 10 out of 10. Out of 10 make it sound like trash.
4.6 out of 10. That's what we get.
I got
you.
I'm with it. Okay, so project of the week. Let's get into it. Ooh, Avery, were you in your feels this week? Melodrama Lord.
I was. Well, I also had to write an essay about a song that means a lot to me, and it just happened to be a song off this album. So I was listening to this album a lot this week, and I was like, just in my.
What was the song?
Hard Feelings, Loveless. Love that song. Great song. But yeah, this is one of my like top 5 albums of all time. Melodrama by Lord. I suppose we haven't said that yet. But yeah, that's my project of the week, just because I listened to it a ton this past week.
Avery, have you listened to that album? Have you listened to that album?
Lord?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I think you should.
Check it out. Well. I'll listen to it. I promise.
I don't feel like we ever come back to you when we give you these pop assignments, and I don't think we listen to it. I don't remember what your last one was, but I don't think you listened to it.
I don't even know.
Oh, it was Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy.
Have you listened to Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy?
I did not listen to that.
No, you made a pledge on this podcast.
Oh, actually, no, I listened to that. That was a while ago, though. That was like a month and a half ago.
No, he did not listen to these.
Okay, this man is lying. This man is lying. This man is a liar. Man, this week was actually tough because I feel like there's a difference between project of the week and like an artist of the week. So I must admit, this week I was listening to a lot of Joey Badass in general, like his albums, but I would listen to him like once. But I was listening to this album more than any other. So Burden of Proof, Benny the Butcher. As we just saw, it debuted on the top 200, which is really dope, actually. Billboard 200. Is Billboard 200? Billboard 200. So yeah, Burden of Proof, Benny the Butcher, is his first album this year, which is surprising because he usually has like 2 or 3 a year. I really enjoyed it. Freddie Gibbs is on this album. Rick Ross is on this album. Who else is on this album? Hit Boy produced the whole thing. Hit Boy, because Hit Boy's been killing it this year because he did a lot of.
Go death right now, by the way, in case our visual listeners see me bopping. Go on.
Yeah, he did a lot. He did some work for Big Sean, obviously, and Nas. So
he's on Ty Dolla Sign's album as well.
He was on Ty Dolla Sign. So Benny the Butcher, Burn the Proof. Nnamdi.
So no, I kind of feel what you're saying, but for me it was tracks. I was listening to a lot of like repeat songs a lot.
Me too.
I couldn't like I was listening to some Paramore tracks. I went through their like This Is Paramore's playlist on Spotify. I was listening to Bathwater by Wesley, which is a great song if you haven't listened to that. And I realized, I was listening to a lot of Amy Winehouse because we had it on one of our playlists we did that week. And like it was, there was like, but I wasn't listening to any like full projects. So I just picked the project that I did listen to more than once, and it was When It's All Said and Done by Giveon. It's 4 tracks, so it's super easy. It's an EP, and I think it's great.
That's the one he released this year, right?
I walked by my point. Yeah, it's I think he released like one thing. I think he released something else, to be honest. I think like a song or something. But okay. I want to say, I kind of walked back my whole. There's no R&B singers you go to just for their voice, or there's not R&B. I didn't say R&B.
You said male singers.
I just said male.
I was ready to name 10 right now.
I said to you, your project of the week is one of them.
I think I was like, there's no male singers I'd go back to. Let me rephrase and say Ty Dolla Sign is not one of them, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you had to say.
But Giveon, very much so, is one of those voices that you're kind of like.
Oh my God.
Me and Avery was like, what?
Okay, so what can I say? So check out our playlist. We're gonna have one ready by Monday. This pod is probably gonna drop on Monday, so you'll get a 2-in-1 combo. And follow us on Twitter at the 97 Demo. Instagram is coming. Share, subscribe. We're on all platforms. Any final thoughts, guys?
Final thoughts. Listen next week because we have another album review coming.
Oh, teaser.
I don't want to give. I can't think of a good way to tease it, but
let's just say you may want to get a grande cup of coffee from Starbucks.
I don't get it.
You're gonna need to be awake for this review.
What? I don't get it. Oh,
I appreciate that. That was good.
Okay, I got you.
That's good.
There you go. Very good.
Go vote.
Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah, go vote. Go vote if you have.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, bye guys.